Does anybody know Madonna's song from the 90s, Erotica?
Oh!
It's like, erotic, erotic. I like to do that with Bill Carty's name. Bill Carty, put your hands... Anyway. Originally from Coast, Maine, Bill Carty moved to Seattle 5 years ago after attending UNC Wilmington, and he now teaches at Edmonds Community College, at Richard Hugo House, and 826 Seattle. His manuscript, Tomahawks, has been named a finalist for the National Poetry Series and the Four-Way Books Intro Award. He recently moved to Finney Ballard and can't find anything. Bill Carty. Woo!
Dance!
I don't know how. So I'm a little scared up here too.
You should be.
Yeah. All that talk about traffic laws. Nobody told me I'd be standing on tables. Okay, so I'm going to start with a few short poems from a series called Mutual Fish, which takes its name from the fish company. And I basically couldn't get that name out of my head, Mutual Fish, and it became a way for me to think about metaphor. So here we go. Mutual ontology. The tiger must be exactly here. The deer can be anywhere else. Mutual loitering. In the sun, I spy an abandoned shuttlecock, and in the shade, a dewy web. Mutual clouds. And this actually comes from the show The Killing. Did anybody see that show? It was really, really bad. But I watched a few episodes, and there was a drowned girl, and her eyes were crazy. So, mutual clouds, the drowned girl's eye, the gleaming train's roof bisecting the plane. Mutual masterpiece. Michelangelo sculpted, he said, by taking away what the rock asked him to take away. So we leave our snowman for the sun to hew. Mutual return. I forgot to say goodbye. I stood by my car in the street. I looked at my watch in the clouds. Inside, you slept with the patience of a dreamer who knows she will wake. Couple sports poems in response. Just kidding. Mutual hangover. This is for the 2012 Boston Red Sox. Mutual hangover. The scoreboard hangs zeros like the climax of an aria. My team swings the bat like they're playing underwater. And this is for the Mariners. Mutual advertisement. The bus stops. King Felix hurls a fastball directly at my forehead. My face, pale reflector, throws back the sun. Okay. I also want to read a few sections of a series of poems called The Autobiography of William J. Clinton, who's the president. This is in honor. I had two friends who just had a baby, and they named him Clinton, which is excellent. And his middle name is Jeffrey, so there's lots of echoes of William Jefferson Clinton. So this is for baby Clinton. There's a reference in here to Aeschylus, and it's kind of talking about Robert Kennedy, and it's a reference to when Martin Luther King Jr. died, and Robert Kennedy gave an extemporaneous speech quoting Aeschylus, and it was a cool moment. Anyway. Little baby Will, little William, jiggling like an oyster shucked, doted on by Ma, as outside the little river refigured the hollers that refigured the mountains, all the explorers named after their bosses. Highways, too, were shimmering with jousters. There he was in center field, a center fielder, piping the tin whistle. Ma listened, every song a folk song, once the people heard it. He yielded to his schooling. He'd always vote Kennedy, the younger, because of how he turned to Aeschylus. Pa always voted with his feet, absentee, running and returning with the biennial flies. I should say these poems are from a friend of mine painted. There's a gallery vignettes in Capitol Hill, which was really this woman Sierra's apartment, and a friend of mine painted the entire apartment walls. And the patron saint of his murals was Bill Clinton. And so this was written for a reading we did over there, where a group of us, probably 8 of us, read poems and various other things about Bill Clinton. It was kind of fun. Anyway, part 2. The honest, odd Quaker in town, always quaking, but the rest, full-on liars, ducks who've never done such, elevators having it both ways, and above everything, the town mall's oak, the sole dispassionate umpire. William loathed the science in his books. They said the stars were dead. In a deep cave, he learned the eye-patched eye worked best when he thought himself invisible, that wounds wouldn't heal unless cauterized. He skipped home singing of loss and loss and loss, then didn't.